Hi, YouTube and Twitch. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope, hope you're having a great day and have had a great week so far. As you can see, with me is the lovely Anne Marie.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome. Thank
I thought
you.
I was banned.
Your ban was lifted.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Good behavior.
Okay. I'll do my best to be consistent in that behavior.
Don't we all? So this week, I kind of wanted to talk about something that I heard when I was scrolling through Instagram, which I do spend more time doing than I'd like to. But I don't even know who was talking. But there's a man saying women are multipliers. And I would add in that they're synthesizers and multipliers. And he said women are multipliers.
What's a multiplier?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay, sorry.
Dramatic pause.
Sorry. I got to get my cues better. Okay, go ahead.
Don't you see that dramatic pause on our teleprompter? Anyways, so he said women are multipliers, and I would add in multipliers and synthesizers. And so he said, if you give a woman a house, she'll turn it into a home. If you give a woman groceries, she'll turn it into a meal. If you give a woman frustrations, and then everybody started to laugh. And he said, so if you don't like what you're getting, change what you're giving.
Wow, that's great.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's pretty much goes all around because in data analysis, garbage in, garbage out. If the data is bad, the analysis is going to be bad.
Sure. Same with your body. You eat junk food, your body's it's not gonna run well. And so, I started to think about this in all the different contexts, data analysis, diet, and then kind of like your practice routine also that came to mind. I remember years ago I was talking to somebody and they're like, so you're a musician? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, so what did you do to get good? Did you just practice a bunch of scales really fast? And I was like, no. I mean, that'll make you good at practice being able to play scales really fast, but it's not going to make somebody a great musician. And it kind of, it kind of leads me to, well, what do you want to be good at? Or more, if you don't know what you want to be good at, maybe more generally, you could say, what are you interested in? And I think that is something that we are not encouraged enough to pursue. So like I'm interested in synthesizers right now. So that's what I'm doing. I'm learning about them. Whether it was internal or external, say 15, 20, 25 years ago, if I said I'm interested in synthesizers, I don't feel like I would have had the strength to explore that. Whether that was an internal thing, like me shutting myself down, or an external thing, somebody else shutting me down. Doesn't really matter. But the fact was that it wasn't explored. And so because I wasn't following what I was interested in, I wasn't getting results that I wanted. You can't make a apple pie if you have the ingredients for chicken pot pie. You're gonna get something else. Wait, do you have any thoughts, Anne Marie?
Yeah. When you said something about asking someone what they're interested in. I think that was poignant. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Point. Because I think in society we kind of bypass that. And now we're trying to be more aware of it, like asking people what they're interested in. But again, we're going into extremes of it. Like, for example, somebody could be interested in women's studies, right? And you send them to college to study that, yet there are not enough available jobs for them to make money doing what they're interested in. And then they accrue a bunch of debt. So as a society, I think we kind of have to find the balance of helping people pursue what they're interested in, and also finding ways to it's not going to happen that everything you're interested in you're going to be able to make money doing, but finding a balance doing something you're interested in, and also being able to economically support yourself, which I think that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about the consensus that everybody has to go to college, because if you go to college, you're going to get a good job and you're going to make money. It's not true. If you go to college for a certain profession where it's been valued by society, and there's a history and a basis of that value, like doctor, lawyer, engineer, things like that, then yes, you should pursue higher education, the college route. But also you can pursue vocational things that may not be as valued by society, but are needed. Mechanics, electricians, plumbers, things like that. So when you said asking people because some people may be interested in plumbing, they may be really good at like puzzles and figuring out how things go together, figuring out how to like create a system that flows properly, that would be good in an electrician and a plumber. But they might be embarrassed to say that because society doesn't see it as something that's value, or in comparison to like being a doctor.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah.
that's what I was thinking about when you said that.
Yeah. No, don't be embarrassed or ashamed of what you're interested in.
No, don't be. And if you're interested in something that maybe you've done the research and you see there aren't a lot of like economic benefits for you, find kind of like maybe segue is not the right word, but something that maybe that branches into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe even think about how you can develop that into something that society might want.
Create something new.
Yeah, which is what business-minded people do.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah. They find the market, or sometimes they even go as far as creating the market for it. I think luxury is one of those.
Yeah. No, that's an interesting thing. Isn't there like some like Apple quote, like maybe even a Steve Jobs quote, where he's like, "We tell the people what they want."
Oh, I don't know, but it sounds pretty right.
Yeah.
Because in marketing, that's basically what you do.
Right.
You sell someone something they don't necessarily need, but they may want based on the story that you're telling them about it.
Right. But I think it's okay to pursue whatever you're interested in, even if it's not going to make you money. And I think you probably feel the same way too. But just be aware of that. Be aware that maybe what you're really interested in is not going to make you money.
Yeah, and then you might have to work different jobs. Like, for instance, I will use myself as an example. I went to college and studied art. I mostly worked in retail for a long time, and then I've just been climbing my way through things. I'm still interested in art, but I also found found out that I like analysis, and all my life I've been a thinker. Like, I'm always thinking about stuff. I love people watching. I love observing people. I love, like, having an observation and then seeing what I can conclude from that observation. And it's worked out well for me in the corporate world, where I've been able to kind of mold that interest into something viable for me.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that gets back to what you were talking about. Kind of like figuring out how you can connect your interest maybe in an unconventional way.
Yeah, who would have thought? Because artists, that's what we do, right? We observe the world and then we try to paint it, mimic it in some way, either through music, through physical dance, or as an actor, yada, yada, and so on and so on. Mm-hmm. And you can, mimic it in other ways too.
Yeah. 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 I think it's just, it's kind of like, balance is key. Balance is key.
Yeah. And then it goes back to your original quote. It's like, you give someone something, what can they do with it?
Right.
Some people can make a meal out of it. Some people look at it and be like, this is just some vegetables. I'll eat one thing at a time.
That's what a man would do.
And then there are people that are like, there are different levels of that too. You can give someone something and they make you a 5-course meal, and then you give someone something else, they just make you, something quick and easy and edible.
Right. Somebody will make you a peanut butter and jelly, and somebody will make you some Thai food with peanut sauce.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So don't limit your imagination, I guess, with regards to what you can do in this world, because nature constantly reminds us of the possibilities that exist, which are almost limitless to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah. That makes me think about another Steve Jobs thing I heard. I was listening to him, and he's like, one thing that really had an impact on him was that he said when he realized that the earth was basically, the society was basically constructed just by human beings just like him, and that he could have an influence on how society functioned and how it changed, and interact with it that way. Kind of like, what do people need?
Yeah.
And what's missing? What could make this place better? Those kinds of questions. And then, I think that our interests will kind of naturally go there. Because if we're interested in something, we're going to explore it to its depths, right? Whereas if we're being forced to explore something, like in school, say you're not interested in trigonometry, and you just learn it and then just forget about it, that's a very different thing than learning something because you are genuinely interested in it. And I think that once you genuinely get interested in something, you can learn it and explore it to a deep enough level to where you can say there's areas in our lives where we could be applying this knowledge that we're not. And then you would start bringing those ideas in,
100%. And I think also it's okay that you're not interested in trigonometry, because there's someone else who's really interested in it, who's going to do something really great with it. Yeah. And then at some point, maybe you can collaborate and do something great together.
Yeah, let them do it.
There's different perspectives that mold how we grow and how we develop and what we contribute into a society. It's not just one perspective.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've heard musicians talk about that idea. They're like, I'm grateful that this person is existing because they're doing something now that I don't have to do, and it's like, oh wow, that's kind of liberating in a weird way. So if you're not into the trig, stay away.
Yeah, but doesn't mean you shouldn't learn it. I'm just saying, you gotta know how to balance your checkbook and do some basic math and whatnot.
No, yeah, of course.
You just don't have to get into the deep levels of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Well, yeah, like I'm thinking for example, geometry. I remember a project we had to do.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't great in geometry because I couldn't remember all the rules. There are a lot of rules in mathematics, right? If you don't
Right.
remember the rules, you're just like kind of assed out, excuse my French. So, but I do remember this project where we had to build a bridge out of straws. Maybe a lot of people did this. Maybe they did it out of wood or whatever, but we had to do it out of straws. And my bridge won. Even though I didn't necessarily like taking tests in geometry, I would do average, but my bridge won because I got to construct something and I got to bring the concepts that we were talking about, which is angles and how you can create an angle that has the maximum strength and then create something with it in real world society or whatever. And yeah, my bridge won.
That's awesome.
It held the most books.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I honestly thought you were going to say your bridge won because you used the most glue.
No, we weren't allowed to use any glue or anything like that. It was just straws.
You just put an ungodly amount of glue over the whole thing.
No, it was just straws. I had a lot of triangles and squares because I just, in my
Classic.
mind, that just seemed like a very stable structure.
Yeah.
Where you'd have
Yeah,
the
man.
four and
Threes
then,
and fours.
and then you had the triangles inside, and then I reinforced that by putting straws within the straws.
Look out. Wow. Straws within straws. It gets deep.
Watch out, man. Watch out.
Straws within straws.
So I didn't let I didn't allow myself to be limited, you know. I just was like, okay, how can I make this strong using some of the concepts we've learned?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's a good story. That's a good
I
story.
always got the stories.
Yeah, you do. You're a good storyteller.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Because
good.
I think I'm terrible, but thank you.
Yeah, you're a good storyteller, and I'm good at talking in a monotone voice and boring everyone.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Well, if anything, if it is true, we balance each other out because I'm just always talking and I go off on tangents and you bring me back.
Fair enough. So having said all that, I think that may be time to wrap it up.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. So remember, if you don't like what you're getting, change what you're giving in all aspects of your life. If you don't like what you're getting, change what you are giving. Like, share, subscribe. There's going to be little links that pop up. And
Comment. Don't forget to comment. Let us know if you enjoyed this conversation or if you'd like us to talk about some other topics,
yeah, something in
quotes,
particular.
yeah, that you like.
Yep.
We can delve into them.
Yep. All right. We'll see you next Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.